again, and today I want to do like a little story time about like fake friends and like toxic people and like stories about like people who I thought were my friend and also my sister's friend, but turns out they weren't. So first I'm going to start off with in 4th grade there was this like annoying and kind of toxic situation. So I was trying to be friends with this girl named Sophia, and she had originally a friend named Emily. She was already kind of like a bully and like already a toxic person, but like she was kind of trying to just keep Sophia to herself and like wouldn't let me hang out with her, and like made Sophia like kind of confuse my mind a little bit and like tricked me into thinking that she just didn't want to hang out with me, but turns out it was like Emily manipulating her, and that was just kind of upsetting. And in 5th grade, me and some friends had drama about a book series. It's very interesting. So in 5th grade, I had a little friend group of 5 people. Right now I have a different friend group of 5 people. But anyway, back then I had a friend group of 5 people. Me, Arush, this Nava, this girl named Arya, and this dude named Joe. So, I guess I'll tell you more about them in another video, but I'm just gonna get to it. So this Arya girl was into this book series called Wings of Fire, and then she got Joe into it, and they started like being really toxic and avoiding the rest of us because like we weren't really into the series. We had either never read it, and like Nava was like preferred Warrior Cats, which was a similar series. I started reading both, and they were both like practically the same. Just one was about dragons, and one was about one was about cats. Anyway, there was like drama, and Joe and Arya became like away. Well, Arya wasn't really toxic. Joe was very toxic about it, and that year it was a little chaotic since we also had a World War I project. We each like class of the 5th grade had like a little project to do. And our class had like based off of history that we learned that year, and our class had World War I, and we got to kind of choose our topics. Me and Arush chose a certain topic, and turns out Joe was also put in our group for the same topic of about World War I, and so it was kind of chaotic because we had just gotten through like a lot of drama with him and this girl Arya. It was kind of crazy. We had to, and eventually we just kind of, like on the last day of school, there was a lot of drama. Literally our last recess ever was like a lot of drama, and that was very sad. But Arya doesn't go to the rest of our middle school. She goes to another one, but the rest of us go to the same middle school. We just kind of don't talk to Joe anymore. And yeah, we've made some new friends in 6th grade. And speaking of which, so this girl, there was this locker day where we got to kind of like choose our lockers. Some people like went, and me and this other girl Peyton went too, and I chose the locker right next to hers because like we had to pick in a certain range, like of a little block of lockers, and she was the same one as mine, and she was very helpful and being like really nice. So I mean, I just chose the one near her. Turns out like that was a bad choice, and since our last names are pretty close, like hers is Furman, mine is starts with a G, so like starts with GA, and so it's like anyway, her channel is probably linked down below, but anyway, she like after we kept being assigned with each other in science and like and in homeroom usually, and then as soon as my teacher stopped assigning us together in like November, December, she kind of just stopped talking to me. She already wasn't like talking to me very much because she had like other friends she prioritized and whatever, and she never sat with me at lunch. But anyway, I don't know why I didn't suspect her in the beginning, but like she's just stopped talking to me, and like the rest of the year she hasn't talked to me since. Like I still comment on all her videos, like I still try and be friends with her because like why would I just like avoid her? I'm trying to become like friends with her again, but you know she doesn't really talk to me anymore, and I don't know, it's just weird. And this well, technically last year, but this girl in my sister's class, this girl, but let me remind you, these kids are in 3rd grade. This girl, her name is Adeline. She was being like very toxic and kind of crazy. I'm surprised that nobody says she has brain damage, but I will. She has brain damage. Anyway, so she was being very crazy. She was starting like high school level drama and like being like really mean to my sister's friend Claire. I mean, that's nothing compared to what she did to Juliet and her friend Kenzie. Well, Kenzie's also my friend too, but so she been like using like threatening to tell them their secrets like to the whole school. Trust me, she has done it. She actually has told the school their secrets. I guess it hasn't been that big of a deal because there hasn't been much drama since, but she basically manipulates them to like become friends with her and make the other one become friends with her. It usually doesn't work out, but my sister and Kenzie have fallen for her like too many times. Like they keep like accepting her quote unquote apologies. I'm pretty sure that they're not real, and like become friends with her, and they've been very on and off, and she's been using that to manipulate them. And that's not very good. And this girl is in 3rd grade and literally stole their money. Like, yeah, I think these 3rd graders need some help. And they're dating already. Like, people were going crazy that this girl in my 6th grade chorus had like a couple of exes. But come on! These kids have been dating for 2 years and they're just graduated 3rd grade. How is that normal? How is that normal? Like, my sister told me that a couple of girls in her class were like dating, and along with her, and they had been dating with these people since the beginning of 2nd grade, which was 2 years ago. And that's crazy that they've had that long of a relationship, and they're in 3rd grade. This is concerning. I know this doesn't really have to do with the theme of this story time, but I kind of just had to tell you since I was on the topic of my sister's class. Yeah. That's just crazy how toxic people can be. Even in like younger grades. Like very young grades. Also, this girl I used to be friends with in like 1st grade. I used to share literally my lip smackers with this girl, like the ones that I used, got to use too. And I feel like that's a bit concerning, but her name was Celeste or Celeste, I can't remember. She also had another friend, Inez. I don't remember which one was the toxic one, but one of them, or maybe it was both of them, was like to lie to me a lot. And like tell me stuff that I believed turned out to not be true and kind of caused chaos. I mean, I was in 1st grade. How much chaos could it cause? So I was confusing like adding the word cost into cause, and it was just not good. Anyway, just a second there. These two girls they like to lie to me and like kind of convince me of stuff that wasn't true, but like that's nothing compared to this girl. Anyway, this Adeline girl, like, come on. And she's hypocritical too, and she likes to bully them, and it's just not good. She's just ultimately the school's enemy, and I don't think the teachers understand it. Because they don't do anything. They never do anything. That's the one thing I hate about school. Well, actually, it's one of the main things I hate about school. I hate a lot of things about school. But that's one of the things I hate about school. Like, teachers don't stick up for you when you're bullied or, like, crazy chaotic things happened. Like, if my teachers knew in 5th grade about what happened between, like, me, Joe, and Arya and stuff, and Arusha Nava, like, they wouldn't have done anything. Even though it was very chaotic. And then in 5th grade also, the people who like to play like kickball and football and stuff like that during recess, and it was like their life, they kind of banned Joe from like playing with them, even though that's really not their they don't really have the place to do that. Anyway, so I know this may sound like super cringe, but like they used to say like, "Hey, get out of we were like blocked off most of Blacktop by them. We never followed them because they don't have any room to boss us around, but like, come on. They always say like, don't step into like the black part where we're playing kickball, and like they yell at us all the time. And so when they got mad, like this was really before all the drama between, or maybe it was like one of the times where we like kind of blew it off and like kind of like blew off the fact that Joe was being toxic. Anyway, and like we were kind of friends with him again. And we did the same thing with Joe. Like we made the same mistakes with Joe as Julia and her friends did with this girl Adeline. Anyway. And we literally marched around, like we spent our entire recess marching around like Black Part, like not doing anything, just marching around just to like piss off these people. Anyway, I know I told you it would sound cringy. It does. And I'm sorry. Anyway, it was just chaotic. 5th grade was chaotic. 4th grade was very chaotic for me. Hopefully my sister doesn't experience the same drama. And hopefully I don't experience the same drama as people say how 7th grade is horrible. I hope it's not horrible for me. Anyway, bye guys. Have a great day. Hopefully without any toxic people. Just beware of fake friends and toxic people. And don't be mean to others. And maybe you might get that same kindness back and not have to experience any terribly toxic people. Bye, guys!